Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with an updated room tour, and also it's going to be a kind of tidy clean with me video towards the end. But first I want to apologize for the shakiness. If you hopefully I'm not going to make you sick, but here I'm just showing you that I had just cleaned up my area. Tidied is probably more the accurate word. And I'm just showing that I have reconfigured a couple of things in this, in my kind of new space. I have added that black shelf. Oh, lots of hands moving. I don't really know. I'm talking with my hands, and I'm just telling you that I've got my December documented on the cart. I've got my Cricut out because I used it for my December documented. I've got a couple of albums that I'm working on there. But this is the most recent change that I've done to my room. I have gone ahead and taken out that really long, skinny table that I initially had there, sticking way out, like way too far out from my liking. So I switched it up. Stuff I already had in my room, this 2x2 Calyx unit from IKEA. Um, I had it just configured just like this. It had that canvas bin in there, which was holding mostly my UFOs, extra trimmers, and essentially what it's become, it's kind of like my little cutting station. So that drawer has stamps, metal dies, and embossing folders. That long table, instead, I put against this wall. It holds my containers with my kits. I was able to put those drawer units, the Sterilite on the right, and the iris containers, the that stand on the left. So I ended up putting the UFOs in that top bin in the Sterilite drawer in the right, and then the bottom it still holds my adhesives. This piece I've always had in my room. It's just going into kind of this little awkward corner that I have, and then next to that I just have my garbage and my recycling. I have all sorts of stuff out. I just make a giant mess with the December documented, December daily, whatever it is that you call it, if you make one. Um, but I have papers normally were all over, on the floor and stuff, because normally it wouldn't be there. Everything would just kind of be, live here in my cart. Um, and yeah, I just very recently did a flip through of my December daily. So in case you missed it, please go back and check that out. That's a beautiful little piece I got at a winter market. You'll have to excuse, oh my gosh, I'm still, it probably doesn't sound it, but I'm still a little bit nasally. This clip that you're seeing right here is the first time in weeks that I have been down in my space. This space, I think I've mentioned to you guys before, is not heated, and I caught the worst cold right before the holidays, the day before, of course, 23rd. And I have not been down here since. So I'm bringing you guys along. I'm tidying up this area. Um, there's things on there that I can't even tell you. Like where I'm starting. I think I'm just starting, like I had taken some stuff out of my use it up bin that I had thrown on the cart. Right now I'm just trying to clean up my, like, the physical desk. I want to give it a good wipe down, um, because I just want to make sure. Look, look, I'm like, this is, oh, and I think this was generous because I came down to get like a little iris container with some things that I could fussy cut, and my scissors. That was the last time I was physically on here, down in my area, and when I'm filming this is January 11th. You can't even see it, but I'm like, I give up. But trust me when I say that I have not been down here since the day before, since Christmas Eve. So yeah, it's been a long time, and I had time off, and I had all of the intentions of crafting during my time off from work, but instead it was just too cold. We got a cold snap here in the Northeast, and It just, and it's because it's not heated, my little electric heater could not keep up. So here I just am sitting off some things to the side. I think I just went to go get the wipes. I could be wrong, um, but I want to give this a really good like disinfect, because I haven't been down here in that in a good chunk of time. Um, and you know, I just want to give things just a good wipe. Um, I was sick. I think I started feeling better after like the week of the like definitely after New Year's Eve. Um, yeah, it's been a long. I ended up all of my colds and kind of colds or anything that resembles the flu and stuff, it gets to me like a sinus infection. So I knew I ended up rushing myself to urgent care on the 23rd and getting some antibiotics because I knew I already knew I had been running constantly or runny nose. I was getting really stuffed up at nighttime. I'm getting like super hot, just moving around. um, but what am I showing you here? Oh, um, I was able to, I did order this collapsible rolling cart. Oh, it's really easy to put together. I did it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. But there is a learning curve to how you collapse it. So, but I figured it out watching a couple of. I had to go look for a couple of videos because the instructions did not were not good. That came with it. So they have these little hangy things on here. That I was struggling to put on because it's like pressure, and I was like, "Oosh, to be like the Hulk to put them in there." um, but I wanted it's a little um, put it this way, it's not as good as my IKEA Raskog. It's a little bit less sturdy than my IKEA Raskog. So I'm just happy at this point to just be in my space. Even if I'm cleaning it, I'm like, oof, my hands at that point are so dry. I've been cleaning the house earlier that day, using bleach, using all kinds of stuff, and disinfecting all kinds of areas in my space, and just needed some lotion. All right. So now I'm showing you the cart. Again, it's a little bit flimsier than my liking. That one on the left, it's still going to be kind of like my primary, but I have to figure out what exactly I'm going to put on the other one. Um, just because I think what I used it for quite a bit was for my December daily. Um, so all of those little pieces, um, uh, these are some of the things that I ended up doing some fussy cutting for. So my one of my daughters ordered a scrap room kit, a scrapbook kit. Sorry, scrap room. A scrapbook kit from she purchased it online, and it came with all of these like transparent stickers. Well, didn't end up using any of them, and she was about to throw them out. And I said, well, let me have a look through them, because I can always back them on like white cardstock and use them. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up going through and doing quite a bit of fussy cutting. I have a ton of like butterflies, um, but there were other items too for like travel that I could use. And then these are more like what you just saw me putting away are my labels. So anything related like that was label-ish went into my little label organizers, which are organizers from the Dollar Tree. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. Um, and the what is left on my desk at this point, I am going to put in my color binder. So that's what I have off to my left. I do have a playlist for organization, and you can find more information about this particular color binder in there. But essentially, it's just an old scrapbook that I purchased years ago. It's a postbound album, and um, it came with the page protectors already in there. And I used it for a good long time, except because it is postbound, any kind of lump or bump doesn't do well. And that's exactly like it started fanning out, and oof, it was awful. So now I just use it for this. This is perfect. I use that adhesive, I think it's called, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Let me grab it. Let me grab it. It's the Kokuyo dot liner, and it's just a really long um, dot liner. You get a little bit more on the roll, and you can buy the refills right on Amazon. That's where I bought both the dispenser and the refills, and they really last a really long time, and they work great in this particular um, the color binder. So this is everything that I have that I are not with collections, or the collections like I've almost used up. And this is all of the non-collection type embellishments, flat embellishments that I have. I just find it so much easier to flip through and find what I need. If I'm just and that's how I scrap, right? I scrap by color. Um, so gonna finish putting these different um, different color embellishments, and I am going to be using them. This is the other kind of motivator, because I am going to be using this color binder when for a new series that I'm going to be starting on my channel. That is called Scrap with Scraps. And I put some of those kits together from Scraps. If you've been one of my followers, know that that is coming in this new year. I put the kits together in 2024, but I'm going to be actually finally starting to get to play with them in this coming year. So I'm going to continue to put these types of embellishments in here, because this I'm going to try to have this be kind of my primary source of embellishments. I can obviously bring other things that I may have in my stash that are a little bit more dimensional. If that's what I want, I can bring in all kinds of other things, but I'm going to try my best, because I think it'll just make it flow a little bit faster and easier. If I just use this as the inspiration, as my color binder. And hopefully we can get some of these things used up as well. So I'm gonna, in a couple of minutes here, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna show you some additional things that I do to tidy up my area on my desk with some regularity, I will say. Um, I went, especially after I have done a big project, one of the things that I do like to do is clean up my tools. I do this again, big project, or sometimes I even do it at least like once a month or every couple of months, depending on how much use these things get. So have you ever looked at your trimmer? If you have one of these that has a groove in the middle, I kind of used to use my piercing tool. I know for a fact that after I did December Daily, I did clean this, so it's not that dirty, but normally paper fibers get stuck all over that track, and there's a whole bunch on these two other tracks as well. So here I'm just taking an alcohol wipe. We get these for medical reasons here in the house, so I buy them in bulk from Costco. Now, I will say, you see me doing this part of my guillotine trimmer. If you have one of these or very sharp scissors, be really, really careful. I am not pressing down hard when I'm going up against a sharp blade. I am just trying to get any gunk, adhesive, whatever may have stuck on there. And usually after a big project, that little, and you'll see it if you zoom in close enough, after I do a few more things, it's going to start to get gross and nasty. So I use it, and you see, that's the first run on those. Those I kind of like my everyday scissors, and then this is my Martha Stewart one that I use for scrapbooking, and that little one is scrapbooking. And I know for sure I used all of these for December daily, did not wipe them down. And then I also do the handles because you would be grossed out to know if you've never done this, do it. Look, ew. And so I already saw what came out of those pink ones. And it hasn't even been that long since this one. I know for sure. I was so sick when I was handling these, and I'm like, ew, it's so dirty. Ugh. I'm like, I know I was sick as a dog when I was fussy cutting and stuff in our main level of our house. So I'm like, I don't care. I'm using another wipe, and because I just opened up a new one. I'm like, what else can I do? I'm doing my remote control, which I use all the time down here, and I was sick the last time I used it, so I'm wiping that down. I'm wiping down the adhesive from that needle that goes into my glue, and then this other glue tip that I have. It's a Ranger glue tip that I just put on this Tombow glue. Um, I'm just giving that a good wipe. Um, I was like, what else can I do? Oh, and I was like, well, it would have been better if this ATG was empty, but I'm just showing you. This is one thing that you can do when it is empty. You can wipe down the inside to make sure you don't have any sticky adhesive anywhere on the lid, on the bottom part, or on the kind of the rubber part where the adhesive curls, to get on your page. Yeah, and then sometimes if I have adhesive on my mat, this time I do not, um, but I also use it on my mat. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye for now.